Hey, it's Darren Dowling with Beyond Realty, and let's go over why buyers are regaining some of their negotiating power in today's housing market. If you're thinking about buying a home today, there's welcome news. Even though it's still a seller's market, it's a more moderate seller's market than last year. And the days of feeling like you may need to waive contingencies and pay drastically over asking price to get your offer considered may be coming to a close. Today, you should have less competition and more negotiating power as a buyer. That's because the intensity of buyer demand and bidding wars is easing this year. So if bidding wars were the biggest factor that had you sitting on the sidelines, here are two trends that may be just what you need to hear to re-enter the market. Number one, the return of contingencies. Over the last 2 years, more buyers were willing to skip important steps in the home buying process, like the appraisal or inspection, to try to win the bidding war. But now fewer people are waiving the inspection and appraisal. The latest data from the National Association of Realtors shows the percentage of buyers waiving their inspection and appraisal is declining. And a recent survey from Realtor.com confirms more sellers are accepting offers that include conditions today. According to their August study, 95% of sellers reported buyers requested a home inspection. 67% of sellers negotiated with buyers on repairs as a result of the inspection findings. This goes to show buyers are more able to include these conditions in their offers today and negotiate as needed based on the outcome of the inspection. 2, sellers are more willing to help with closing costs. Generally, closing costs range between 2 and 5% of the purchase price of the home. Before the pandemic, it was a common negotiating tactic for sellers to cover some of the buyer's closing costs to sweeten the deal. This didn't happen as much during the peak buyer frenzy over the past 2 years. Today, as the market shifts to a more normal market and demand slows, data from Realtor.com suggests this is making a comeback. A recent article shows 32% of sellers paid some or all of the buyer's closing costs. This may be a negotiating tool you'll see as you go to purchase a home. Just to keep in mind, limits on closing cost credits are set by your lender and can vary by state and loan type. Work closely with your mortgage advisor to understand how much a seller can contribute to closing costs in your area. Here's the bottom line, ladies and gents. Regardless of the extremely competitive housing market of the past several years, today's data suggests negotiations are starting to come back on the table. This is good news if you're planning to enter the housing market. Find out how the market's shifting in our area here in Sarasota and Manatee County. Let's get together and set up a buyer's consultation. That's all we've got time for on this episode. So as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next week.